Hey everyone, my name is Tim and I just bought a Model Y using Bitcoin using no fiat currency. Let's talk about that process today in this video. So back in January, Tesla announced that they bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. This is huge news. Now the price of Bitcoin is at new record highs like never before. It's shooting as high as 60,000 and it's bouncing between 50 to 60,000, which is an amount that people laughed at when I said it would reach one day. That was back when it was, $800 though. Then recently, Tesla announced that you can purchase a Tesla with Bitcoin. They will accept payment in Bitcoin. They are going to hold on to the Bitcoin and run their own nodes. This has never happened before. We've come a long, long way since the beginning of who will accept Bitcoin for an exchange of goods. It used to be, what can you buy with Bitcoin? Well, you can buy pizza, you can buy Alpaca socks, that's it. That's it. Now it's, you can buy pizza, you can buy Alpaca socks, you can buy a Tesla. You can buy a Tesla. Teslas are freaking awesome. There's full self-driving, the car gets software updates all the time. It got better mileage over time. It got faster over time. And pretty soon it's going to drive itself. What's going to happen to a price of a Tesla once full self-driving is fully announced? Elon Musk tweets, we have figured out vision. The car no longer has a steering wheel. How much is the price of full self-driving? Is it $10,000? It's probably $100,000. Is Elon Musk even selling Teslas anymore? Did you think about that yet? Plus, it is the safest vehicle on the market. The Model Y couldn't even be flipped over in their testing of the rollover test. And I just got a newborn son last December, and safety is so important. There's no engine in the front for a head-on collision to impact us. It's just super fun to drive. That instant acceleration, it's like being on a roller coaster. It's super fun. I can hear you already. But Tim, why in the world are you selling? Bitcoin is an appreciating asset, and you're buying a depreciating asset. It just seems so silly. Why in the world would you do that? Just get a loan, or better yet, go get a loan on your Bitcoin and then use that to purchase the Tesla. I am so smart. I love the enthusiasm. I love that you appreciate that Bitcoin is a appreciating asset because of its fixed supply. However, you don't know that it's going to 100,000. We all think it is. I personally also think it's going to 100,000 this year. Yet, we don't know that. And as someone who has watched his portfolio when it was $1,100 go down to $300 and then sit there for 3 years and then do the same thing again, going up to $19,600 and then crashing again 80% and sitting there for like 4 years or something. The difference in terms of time between the all-time high at 19,000 and like 6,000, it was like just over a week. There's no timing the top of this bull run. I'm not about to try to time this. I'm going to take my $400 investment and then trade it for a Tesla. Can you really fault me for doing that? Second of all, it's what you're supposed to do with Bitcoin. It's an exchange of value. It's a currency. You trade the currency for value. There's no losing here. I just exchanged value. That's it. Purchasing the Tesla was a tough decision, I have to be honest. My wife and I made the decision to purchase a Tesla, but we couldn't decide between the Model 3 and the Model Y, so we needed to do a test drive. Well, it just so happened to be the end of the quarter. And if you don't know, which I didn't, the end of the quarter means that Tesla will allow people to buy their demo cars that they use for test drives. It's a way for them to boost their end of quarter sales and a way for you to get a little bit of a discount on a Tesla. It's a win-win. Well, we call up a dealership and we say, hey, we want to test drive a Model 3 and a Model Y. What do you have? And then their inventory is like 2 cars. So, okay, well, sign us up for an appointment. And next day comes, we get a babysitter lined up, and babysitter shows up late. As the babysitter's walking in, we get a call from the Tesla store. Hey, the Model 3 just sold. We only have a Model Y. They have 1 car left. We cancel because darn, the Model 3, which we kind of wanted because it goes much faster than, a second faster than the Model Y. And that's really important. Feel kind of sad because we still wanted to look at the difference between the Model 3 and the Model Y. Now, what we really wanted to see between the 3 and the Y is A, what kind of cargo space the Model Y has versus the Model 3, and B, that glass on the roof between the Y and the 3, if that would make a difference. So we started looking up some YouTube videos on it, and we happened to come across somebody trying to put a stroller into the Model 3, and we were just like, okay, no, we need the Model Y. Once that decision was made, we start looking at the price difference. My wife asks me, Tim, if you were getting a Model 3 and they had the option to upgrade for that roof of the Model Y for $3,000, would you do it? I was like, in a heartbeat. The difference between the Model 3 and the Model Y, $3,000. Okay then. So we call back up Tesla and say, hey, we want to go take a look at the Model Y. Let's make that appointment. So we decide to go test drive this car, but we've kind of already bought it in our minds because it's Tesla Red, which is something we wouldn't maybe splurge on because it's extra. We get a discount, so it's kind of like it's free. And we get to drive off the lot today, the day of that we purchase it, which is a huge bonus. As soon as we hit the highway to go towards the Tesla dealership, it starts pouring. And my wife just looks at me like, is this a sign that you shouldn't be doing this? And I just look at her and I say, anything that's worth doing is hard to do. Once we got to the dealership, it was pretty easy once we decided, okay, I want that Tesla. Let's go buy it. All I had to do was make a reservation. I sent the $100 to them, and that Tesla needed to wait for the confirmations. It looked like they were waiting for 3 confirmations. After 30 minutes, that $100 cleared and I could purchase a Tesla. Here, I got the order. It said pay with Bitcoin. It gave me 30 minutes to purchase with Bitcoin. If the price were to skyrocket during that time, it didn't matter. The price is locked into whatever that amount of Bitcoin is. So if it falls, since they're keeping the Bitcoin, they don't care. Now, if I wanted to return the Tesla at that time or a couple days later, they could choose whether to give me back Bitcoin or cash. So if the price skyrocketed, maybe they would give me back cash. If the price plummeted a whole bunch, they're not going to give me back cash. They're going to be like, here, take these cheap. But all I had to do was scan a QR code, send the Bitcoin, and then wait for them to confirm. That's it. The hardest part was making sure I was typing in the correct amount, 1.299999369. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that was it because I read it about 80 times, making sure I typed it in right. Because on the forums, it says, if you type in the wrong amount, there's a good chance we're not going to know, and you might lose all your money. So we're not responsible. And then as soon as I hit send, everything hit like a ton of bricks. My son was crying, immediately started crying as if to say, what have you done, Dad? You just spent $1 million on a car. And I'm so used to holding, my precious Bitcoin. It's gone. That definitely hit me. And then 5 minutes later, I was like, okay, it's over. Oh, I was also like, did I send it to the wrong address? Did hackers get it? The panic had snuck in at that point. All that subsided though, because in the end, I get a Tesla. Let's be honest. I think on this bull run, we're going to go up to like 200,000, and then it's going to crash down 80% of what the all-time high is, and it's going to stay there for a while. And it'll probably stay around 32,000 for like 3 years, and that's when you can accumulate. That's my take. But maybe it goes to 60, and that's where it takes. But it's, this is the exponential up, and then it's just going to crash down. Who knows where that's going to be. The thing was, though, it was 9 p.m. at night when I finally was able to buy the Tesla because we forgot our insurance cards. It was such a spur of the moment drive there that we just left, and apparently our insurance cards, which were new, were still in the envelope that our insurance company mailed to us and not in our car yet. So they were like, we can't sell you this car. I had to wait a while for someone to get to our house, send us a photo, and give that information to them. But it was 9 p.m. at night, and I just could not stop thinking that, wow, it's 9 at night, and I just sent equivalent almost $75,000 of value without asking anyone. I didn't ask a bank, I didn't ask government, I didn't ask my mom. No one asked me, hey, you sure you want to do this? Can you do this? It was just, here's your money. It's like I handed someone a $20 bill. There's no cop there that says, okay, to watch. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying here? Or I tried to receive a wire transfer from somebody last Wednesday, and Monday is when it hit. For some reason, it couldn't be settled on a Sunday because banks are closed. Bitcoin doesn't close. A wire transfer can't be initiated after 5 p.m. on a Saturday. First of all, on a Saturday. Second of all, at 9 p.m. at night. But it was 9 p.m. and here I was just sending this person like it was currency in WoW or something. It was just that simple and easy. And it just made me realize how important it is that Bitcoin succeeds. And it's exactly what I envisioned when I first read the white paper almost 10 years ago now. When I first bought Bitcoin, I thought, one day I'm going to use this to buy a Tesla. I'm going to use the future of money to buy a future car. And Teslas really are future cars. They drive themselves. It blows my mind. And I don't think I can convey that in the video, how much of a game changer this is. This is the moment in history that is going to be the turning point that starts the snowball effect. Okay, Tesla is now accepting Bitcoin. Well, okay, that kind of worked out. Apple's going to start accepting Bitcoin. Other car companies are going to start accepting Bitcoin. Microsoft will start selling their computers in Bitcoin. So, okay, now you can start getting all your gadgets in Bitcoin. Now, rather than just Alpaca socks and pizza, you can buy a car, you can buy your computer, your TV, your cell phone. Okay, well, if you can buy all that, well, why can't you buy your groceries with Bitcoin now? If you can buy your groceries with Bitcoin, why can't you buy your utilities? Why can't you pay your rent in Bitcoin? And if you're getting all that, why can't you yourself be paid in Bitcoin? Now suddenly, it's everywhere. It's a currency. Everybody's using it. Now we don't have a fiat currency system. We have a currency backed by math that cannot be manipulated. It cannot be fudged. It cannot be, oh, we got this emergency over here. We got to spend 10 times the amount of money that we're used to spending. It's very necessary. Or you're fleeing a country with hyperinflation. There's police or military at the border preventing you from leaving, and they're confiscating the wealth at the border. You have just 24 words memorized. You can leave with all of your wealth. They can't prevent you from memorizing 24 words. It's incredible. I digress. So driving home was very tiring. We left my old car there, just in the parking lot, because it was 9 p.m., it was raining, and I just wanted to experience the joy of driving a Tesla for the first time with my wife and have her there to help me. Okay, let me help me figure out this. I couldn't even figure out where the navigation was. I'm trying to drive home. Navigate. Okay, where is it? It was hilarious. And it gave us an excuse to come back and drive again. Now, for those of you that are curious of how I started to get into Bitcoin, when I tell people about Bitcoin, they always say, well, what made you even think about looking into Bitcoin in the first place? I read the white paper and it was just like, this is incredible. He solved a problem of having a trustless system of exchange of value. You always have to have a third party to be an intermediary, and you have to trust somebody usually. But now, because of math that I still don't understand, no matter how many times I look at it, we now have a system for an exchange of value that is trustless. You could be a devious person and it doesn't matter. And you don't have to trust me. I don't have to trust you. Everybody is double checking the work. It's incredible. So I read that and I was just like, okay, this is the future of money. And I want this to be the future of money. So I spent my time, energy, and effort trying to promote Bitcoin, trying to tell people this is the greatest thing ever. You need to look into it. Just go look into it. And I never tried to emphasize that you can make a ton of money on it, which you could, because it was $800. And I was like, dude, fine. You don't think it's cool tech, then go do it for the money. Just go look, because it's going to go to $1 million one day. And I do believe that. It's going to go to $1 million in valuation, or equivalent of today's money. Yeah, I'm still selling, right? Again, we don't know if it's this bull run or if it's the next bull run. We can't know. Plus, I still have more Bitcoin. I was at a conference and someone comes up to me, or they had a booth for Bitcoin, and there was like 2 people there, and they're telling me about Bitcoin. I'm like, yeah, I've heard about that. And they offer me a Bitcoin, a buy one, get one free for $32. Hey, I'll sell you a Bitcoin, $32. You get one for free. $32. Buy one, get one free. Yeah. We're all kicking ourselves when we think about Bitcoin, aren't we? Because I've heard about Bitcoin already, guess who I heard it from? Peter Schiff. So I said, no thanks, I don't want that Bitcoin. And instead, I spent $500 on a multi-level marketing scheme trying to sell Visalis. Let's see. Pretty sure that would be worth $800,000 today, that $500. Yeah. Definitely don't wake up in the middle of the night thinking about that every night. So 2 years later, I finally get into Bitcoin. It's around $300. I have to send money to Coinbase, and it's taken a week for the wire transfer to finally settle and for the funds to hit Coinbase. And then it's just like, what? Why is it taking a week for this money to arrive? I don't get it. When Bitcoin's around and you can just, here you go. All right, I wait 10 minutes. Okay, it's confirmed. It's so much easier. And then it hits around 420, and that's when I got it. After that, I just dollar cost averaged for every other week, just a small amount, $25. The common advice was don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Well, I didn't take that advice. I FUMO'd hard at $1,100, and I spent way more than I could afford to lose on Bitcoin, and then it crashed not 2 days later. I had to borrow money from my mother so I could fix my roof at the time, okay? So it's nice that you think it's going to appreciate, but it's super easy to think that it's only going to go up when all the brakes are broken on the hype train, okay? Bitcoin could go to $20,000 tomorrow just because it's Bitcoin, and it could stay there for until the next halvening. You don't know. So yeah, it could go to 100,000, but then it could come back down to 32. It's really not that big of a deal. And then in the meantime, I get a Tesla. I'm back on why I'm selling. I've been obsessed with Bitcoin for 8 years now. People have been, they know I'm the Bitcoin guy. I was the Bitcoin guy at work. I talked about Bitcoin in my wedding. Let me show you something. Like, my brother got me this. It says, Bitcoin on it. He got that for me for a wedding gift, for his wedding, because I just won't ever shut up about it. So there you go. That's my thoughts. That's my opinions. None of that is actual financial advice. It's just my opinion on what I did. But if you would like to get into Bitcoin and you're in the US, I suggest you use Coinbase. You can get $10 if you sign up using my affiliate link below. And who knows how much that would be. Look at this is how much I got for $5 worth of Bitcoin back when I signed up. Just dabble around with it, see if you like it, see if you don't. And if you're just trying to make money, dollar cost average and hold. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And hey, I plan on making more videos. I have a bunch of different ideas about topics that I want to talk about. So I am a new YouTuber, so smashing the like button, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, all that's super helpful, especially to me since I'm brand new. So if you don't mind, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe. I hope I've earned your subscription. If after a couple more videos you don't like what you see, completely understand. I appreciate you giving me a shot. Until next time, bye for now.